Hello Cruising World, Mick the Guy with you, and today, like my new appendage, anyway, today I'm going to talk to you about some of the what we call specialty restaurants on board a Carnival cruise ship, ones you have to pay for. Now obviously you've got all your free options, you've got your main dining room, you've got your Lido buffet, Guy's Burger, the Blue Iguana Cantina with your burritos and your tacos, you got the deli, you got the pizza, you got all that great stuff. You got so much food on offer, you don't have to pay for any food if you don't want to. But if you decide you want to go and treat yourself to a nice meal in a nice restaurant, they are a little bit better, I'm not going to lie. Like for example, on the Panorama, which I talk about all the time, we went into Gigi's for dinner, which I, in my own personal opinion, consider to be the best value meal of any meal you'll get on board any Carnival cruise ship. $15, unbelievable what you get for your money. That's my opinion, not everybody has to stick to it, but they do a free lunch option, and let's be honest, it's not as good. Italian does a free lunch option, let's be honest, it's not as good, just the way it is. Anyways, Pig and Anchor, they do a free lunch option, it's not as good. We could go on and on and on, but it's still good. It is still good, don't get me wrong, the food is excellent wherever you go. However, I'm going to run you through a little brief synopsis of all the restaurants that I'm aware of, at least the ones on the Panorama. There's some new ones coming on the Mardi Gras when it comes out, but I think the Panorama pretty much covers most of the pay restaurants you can do on a Carnival cruise ship. So take a look at this. They're in alphabetical order, so not any favoritism for me, but Gigi's is the best. Take it from me. Try it if you can. Here we go. So why am I starting the Alchemy Bar on a video about food, you ask? Well, they have appetizers. You order them from the bar, $4 each. Oyster, ahi poke, crispy shrimp, smoked brisket sliders. There's the ahi poke. We had it, it was wonderful. There's the oysters. Somebody else ordered that. We don't like oysters, but they said they were wonderful. There's the crispy shrimp. Love the dipping sauce, my favorite. Amazing. And they have a smoked brisket slider. We didn't order this, but I stole a picture from the internet to show you what it looks like. Moving on to the Banzai Sushi, which is right next to the Alchemy. This is open on sea days from like noon till about 11, I think. On port days, check the hub and the fun times. You're going to see in a lot of these little videos that I'm including in the menu. I'm trying not to make the video too long, so if you want to read it in full, I suggest you pause the screen so you can read that menu, or email me and I can send you the whole thing. But there's your drink menu. There's your Kirin. Love me some Kirin. And there's your main course menu with appetizers, soup, salad, sushi, and all that good stuff. This is a very popular restaurant, actually. A lot of the crew eating here. So we got the sushi boat for two, which is $22, normally $29.50. So good value. The bento box, if it's just one of you, $10 instead of $13.50. That's what I recommend. But all the food in there is pretty good. And there's some pictures of the food we ate. I think that was a miso soup. And there's salad coming up. And then in a second, you'll see a picture of the sushi boat. This was what we got for two people. It's good food and nice and relaxing, always pretty empty, so never difficult to get a seat. Moving on to the Banzai Teppanyaki. I recommend making a reservation online in advance because this thing filled up. I didn't ever see it empty, to be honest with you. They do one at lunch and 2 or 3 in the evening sessions, and there's only 2 of them, so get your reservation in so you can go there. $32, no discount for kids, just so you know. And if you don't show up, they do charge you $25, so make sure you show up. This is the menu options. Again, freeze the screen if you want to read the whole thing. And there we all are enjoying our Banzai Teppanyaki. This is on deck 5, the same as the Alchemy and the same as the Banzai Sushi. This is the Cochino Del Capitano, the Italian restaurant. It's at the back of the ship on deck 11. Or you can go down the main Lido deck and go up the entrance. It's next to Gigi's on deck 10. Go up the stairs to deck 11 and you'll see it right there. This is the menu of all your options that you can have. $15 for adults, $5 for kids, the same as Gigi's. And also the same as Gigi's and the Pig and Anchor. They do offer a free lunchtime option. Obviously it's not as good or as detailed as the evening one, but it's still good. So I'd suggest checking it out if you want to do something other than Guy's Burgers. Here's a few pictures of the food. Again, this is Cochino Del Capitano, the Italian restaurant, and they did do a showtime, as you're about to see. Audio didn't come out very well, so I just took some video of them actually singing without you can hear them singing, but they were great, I promise you. They sang That's Amore for us. So that's Cochino Del Capitano, and right across the way from there, still on deck 11 at the back of the ship, will be the Gigi's. Oh, by the way, if you do eat in the Italian at lunch, it's right underneath the basketball court, so that bouncing sound you hear, it's basketballs. Anyway, in Gigi's, they have tables for 2, tables for 4, whatever you want. But the menu is family style. So if there are 2 of you, you order 1 appetizer or soup, 1 main, 1 side, and 1 dessert. If there's a group of you, they typically recommend ordering 3 of each. It's a lot of food, trust me. I firmly believe this is the best value meal on the entire ship at $15 for adults and $5 for kids. Plenty of food. You can order 4. You'll never eat it all. You order it on one of these little chalkboards like this, and you hand it over, and they'll bring you your food. And there's some drink specials that they do. Again, they do the Kirin. And here are some pictures of the food. Again, I firmly believe Gigi's is the best value on the ship. If you're lucky enough to be on a ship that has it, like the Panorama, definitely recommend you go to the dinner there if nothing else. Love my Gigi's. Now we're moving on to the Pig and Anchor. This is on deck 5 behind the Alchemy Bar. You'll come in here. You can do brewery tours in here during the day. They brew their own beers in here. They call it the Parched Pig. With several different beers. I love the light one, but I'm not really a big fan of the IPAs and stuff, but each to their own. You can get drinks in here at night. It gets very busy. The main restaurant is at the back area as we're walking into right now. So you just come here at night, take a seat, and somebody will come up and take your order. There's a free lunch option. If you continue through these doors and take a left, you can go get food at lunchtime. The appetizers here, they're all $4 each. These items here are all $8 each, or they were when we were on February 2020, so don't complain if they change. This one, the Pig and Anchor melt on the top left was $6, the whole smoker on the top right was $16. They did not have the flatbreads when we were on board, so I don't know what that's all about. This is from the Carnival website, but I promise you, on the Panorama, these did not show on the menu. The Pitmaster items, the baby back ribs were $8 for half, $12 for full. The Primetime Prime rib was $10 for half, $18 for full. We got the whole smoker, which we thought was amazing. But again, not sure if they don't do the flatbreads, but they definitely were not on the menu on the Panorama. The sides are all $2. We got the mac and cheese and the mashed potato with burnt ends. That was good. And the desserts, again, the pecan pie did not show on the Panorama, but we got the apple cobbler and the banana cream pie, as I'll show you in a second. This is the whole smoker. And there's our sides, the mac and cheese and the mashed potato. Plenty of food for 2. And there's the banana cream pie, huge. And the apple cobbler, again, they did not have the pecan pie on the menu on the Panorama, so these are $3 each. Moving on to the Seafood Shack. This is at the back of deck 10, the Lido deck, right by the aft pool and the Tides Bar. So you'll come here if you want your seafood fix on. And they have specials every day. We got the crab sliders and the lobster roll to check it out. And you'll order your food and they'll give you that little shaker there and they'll buzz you when it's ready. There is the menu of what you can order. Good quality food. We really enjoyed eating here. I wish we'd had more time to eat more times here. There's so many options on this ship. You can't get to them all. They have market specials. You ask for the price on the day. And they got some buckets on the left and the main items on the middle. Again, we had the lobster roll and the crab sliders, crab cake sliders. And here coming up, that's the lobster roll. And there's the crab cake sliders. Loved it. Now we're moving into our final pay restaurant. This is the Steakhouse. This is the Steakhouse on the Panorama. I'm going to cheat a little bit because I didn't take much video in here, but we're on the Legend and I took lots of video on there. So I'll have some pictures of food coming up from the Steakhouse on the Legend. Bit of a cheat, I know, but this is it. Now, one unique thing they do here at the back, there's the piano bar and they play piano during dinner and then they shut it down and convert it into the piano bar a bit later. So here's your menus. You get 2 appetizers, 1 main and 1 dessert. There is one great dessert called the Art of the Table that if you buy that, you have to buy it for the whole table. So, but I'm going to show you a quick video of what that looks like in a second. So that's your menu in the Steakhouse. There's your desserts. The Art of the Table is my favorite, but again, you have to get that for everybody. This is from the Legend when we went to Alaska. This is a video of some of the appetizers you get in the Steakhouse. So this is clearly a different steakhouse, but same sort of food. Mushroom risotto. The first one was a pork belly. There's my large little filet and the garlic wasabi potatoes. And then Julie always gets the surf and turf. And then a little video to end you on of how they do the art on the table dessert. Now, the steakhouse is $38, $12 for kids. So as we wrap up this video showing you the art of the table, I hope you enjoyed this little showing to give you some idea of the cost and what you can get in the pay restaurants on Carnival Panorama. Again, apologies for this being a different steakhouse, but just imagine this being in that same room. I did show you the walk around of the actual steakhouse on the Panorama, but my video wasn't great. And I don't want to pay for a whole other cruise just to get it again, because I've got plenty of other ships to go on coming up. Anyway, this is the art of the table in the steakhouse, which concludes my review of the pay restaurants, specifically on Carnival Panorama. So there you have it. Nice little choice there. Now, I didn't include the Carnival kitchen. I didn't include the chef's table. I didn't include the Dr. Seuss breakfast, other things I know you have to pay for. They're just like kind of one-offs. They're not like everyday things you can do. These are restaurants that are open every day, pretty much to do what you want to do with. Of course, you can pay for the pizza if you want to get it delivered. Not really the same thing though, is it? Anyways, hope that helped. You saw some restaurants you might want to try. If you go to Carnival, go to Explore, Ships, and you can compare any ships, anyone you're going on. You can click on the dining and it will show you every dining option that they have on that particular ship. Obviously, the newer the ship, the more restaurants they have. If you're going on the Mardi Gras, they've got pretty much everything. If you're going on more like the Imagination, they ain't got much. But the food's still good in the dining room and the Lido and everywhere. So you'll have a great cruise no matter what. See you later, Cruising World. Subscribe if you want. Click on that little red button there. Email me anytime, cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com.